Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new and you've never seen my face before, welcome. My name is Samantha. I'm 28 years old. I live in Ontario, Canada, and nearly 3 years ago now, I had gastric bypass surgery. As always, before I get into today's video, I just wanted to say thank you and welcome back to my returning subscribers. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, you can do so now. And if you'd like to check out my website where I am a bariatric mindset mentor, you can do so as well. My website is www.bariatricmindsetmentor.com. In my last video, I went over what I perceive to be the gaps in care after weight loss surgery, mainly focusing on my own experience, of course, which was in Ontario, Canada. I still stand by everything that I said. I think the staff at the hospital that I had my surgery at did everything that they could do, everything that they were able to offer me, they did do. But I just think that we're in a time and place now where there's so much room for extra support, and I really want to help with that myself. There is nothing that I have found so far in my lifetime that feeds my soul as much as helping other people along their weight loss surgery journey, or just helping people in general. Like, I've worked in a pharmacy for 10 years, and the best part of my job every single day is watching somebody leave happier than they came in, and knowing that I helped that person. I did that. I was able to serve that person in a way that maybe made things a little easier for them. So that has fueled my fire, that has fed my soul, and it's made me realize that this is the journey that I was always meant to be on. I got to over 400 pounds, I had the surgery, I did all of that for a reason, and this is it. My YouTube channel, now my website, like, I've had clients already, which is so exciting. I didn't expect it to be anything big, and I mean, it's not. Like, I'm not the top grossing website in all of whatever, but it's something, and I truly just love that I've been given the liberty to have a platform and speak, and I always try to convey how thankful I am for every one of you that watches and comments and likes and subscribes. And like I said, even if you're just watching the videos, that means so much to me that someone's sitting out there thinking like, yeah, okay, I'll listen to this person talk for 20-30 minutes, whatever it is. And that's so exciting. So thank you so much endlessly. As always, I have to go on this rant. And once again, if you'd like to check out my website and help feed my soul and get some help yourself, maybe if you've been looking for a little bit of extra mindset support in either your steps leading up to surgery, whether you're just in a stage where you're thinking about surgery and you have questions, whether you're 10 years post-op and you just feel like maybe it'd be nice to talk to somebody, I offer free consultation on my website, and I would just love to have one-on-ones and talk more with people and really get to know you guys. And if you hear any grumbling or weirdness in the background of this, my corgi's very happy. She's living her best life right now. So today's video is my official almost 3-year check-in since bariatric surgery. I cannot believe it has almost been 3 years. It'll be 3 years at the end of January, but I'm jumping the gun a little bit because it was supposed to be a 2.5-year check-in and I kind of missed that. So anyway, almost 3 years. A lot has changed. A lot has still stayed the same. I definitely still struggle with mental things, food addiction. That's been at the very forefront of my mind ever since I realized that I was in fact addicted to food. But a lot of good stuff has happened, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity to have had this surgery, and I want to take you guys through some stuff that's happened and some stuff that I'm now having to consider being almost 3 years post-op. So I lost over 150 pounds through gastric bypass, and I am by no means done losing weight. I did not reach my goal weight. There was not really a goal weight that was set out for me by my clinic. They just kind of said, you know, here's a guideline that you can kind of base what your weight loss will be, and we're happy if you're happy, basically, which was fabulous. I loved that. There was never any pressure for me to give them a number and tell them how much I had lost. They never asked. It was never the focus, which I thought was fabulous because that was kind of triggering for me. Like, I still try my best not to get on the scale, but every once in a while I do like to check in and see where I'm at. So I've been able to maintain over 90% of the weight that I've lost, which I think is pretty good for being 3 years post-op. I've gained between 10 and 15 pounds of what I ended up losing. So that's really exciting. Like, I have kind of gone back and forth with those 10 to 15 pounds. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, but that's okay. I'm not letting it really affect me too much, but I am, for the first time in my life, actually considering going to the gym, which is so exciting. And I'm excited about it because I was never confident enough to actually get myself to go somewhere. And don't get me wrong, like, it's still a very nerve-wracking experience. I haven't gone in yet. There's a gym near my house. It's like a 5-minute drive away from my house. I haven't gone in yet, but I went into the parking lot the other day and I thought that was a really big deal. So went in there just to check it out and see what it was like during the day. It was like midday on a Monday, which is a day that I'm off of work, so that's when I would likely be going. So I wanted to check in and there was like nobody there, so that was exciting for me as well. So this is the first time in my life that I've ever seriously been like, I'm gonna commit to going to the gym, and I'm really excited about it because I love using the elliptical, the treadmill. I really wanted to start building muscle, and I think that this is gonna be really good for me. I know I probably should have done this a lot sooner, but I do go on regular walks with my dog ever since we got her. So that's where my comfort level has been, and I'm expanding that now, which is really exciting. Like, I was never a person who had it in their mind that they were going to go to the gym, and now that I do, I'm like, oh my God, who is she? Like, this is just, it's very exciting for me. So anyway, there's that. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was where I thought I would be by now, being almost 3 years post-op, and where I actually ended up. And I basically had it in my mind. I didn't care how much I lost. There was never a number where I was like, oh yeah, I want to lose such and such amount of pounds. I just wanted to be somewhere under 200. Of course, I'm a little bit off from that right now, and that's okay. Like I've said in previous videos, if you guys have never heard me say it, it didn't take me 3 years to become 408 pounds, and I'm in this for the long haul. So I never anticipated that for myself and my comfort level and my way of doing things, that it was going to take me 3 years to be 150 pounds. I never thought that. I never wanted that. That just wasn't for me. That wasn't what I wanted. If I end up there someday, that's great, but I just wanted to be healthy. I just wanted to be healthy and happy. I wanted my body to be able to support going through pregnancy. My fiance and I aren't quite there yet in our lives, and the way that things are going in the world right now, we're just sort of hanging out and just being thankful for what we have currently, and yeah, just really taking it all in. Taking, like, being 3 years post-op and healthier and active and going places and doing things. Like, we went camping for the first time this summer, which is not something that I would have ever been comfortable doing at 400 pounds. We slept on an air mattress. We had a great time. We went on an accidental hike trying to get to the beach, which was totally fine. I didn't die. Nobody died. And that was great. I could afford to go on an accidental hike. And it's been fabulous. Like, this summer my brother got married, and there was a bit of me that was like, I'm still gonna be the biggest person here. Like, I was in the wedding, so there was a bit of me that was like being selfish and being like, in the pictures, you know, I'm still gonna be the biggest person. I'm still gonna not want to look at myself, but that didn't actually happen. I adored the dress that I got. Bought it online, hate buying clothes online. From the very first time that I put it on, it was like, it was made for me. It was gorgeous. I was super comfortable in it. I had the best time ever. It was the most fun I think I've ever had in my whole life, just like being involved in the wedding. I got to do my sister-in-law's makeup, as well as her twin sister and her best friends, and it was so exciting. And I'm so thankful that I got to have that experience where I looked at the wedding pictures and I was like, oh my God, that's me. You know, I feel like 3 years ago, if I had seen those pictures of myself, now I would be like, that's all I ever wanted. So, whew, that's a lot. Because that's true. And I hadn't really thought about that till now. Sorry guys, I just got a little emotional there. That is the first time that I've had that thought, like thinking back to me having looked at myself 3 years ago and what I would have thought of myself, and that's huge. That's a really big difference. And it's easy to lose sight of that as well, especially when, like, you know, you don't really see your weight loss as it's happening. Like, there are certain moments where you'll catch it and you'll be like, oh my God, Like you'll see a reflection of yourself, or you'll see a picture of yourself and you're like, wow, that is me. And like I said, you just get lost in going through the motions sometimes, and being almost 3 years post-op, it's weird to have a moment like that where you can see yourself through the eyes of a person who was 23 years old and 408 pounds and wasn't sure how she was going to navigate through life being that person. So that's really exciting. It's also really exciting to have a moment like that because I've been putting off making a new video for a little while, just because, I don't know, I've gotten some comments here and there that are like, oh, you should have lost a lot more weight by now, or maybe you're not fit to be doing this, and portraying yourself as somebody who has successfully had gastric bypass surgery when you haven't really had that much of a successful journey to begin with. I love when people tell me that I eat too much, when you don't have any idea how much of the food that is on my plate I am eating. Like I didn't sit down and have a meal with you, and even if I did and I ate my full plate of food, that would be okay. There's a lot of judgment that I have faced, and a lot of the judgment that I get is not from people who are from the outside looking in, like who've not had this surgery. The majority of the judgment that I get is from people who have had the surgery and who are years out of having their surgery and think that it's okay to just like tell me what worked for you and expect that it's going to work for me as well. And I don't think that's fair, but this is the internet, and I've also never had anybody come into my comments and call me a fat cow. So like, I think I've said this before, do whatever you want, say whatever you want. This is the internet, and if that's your thing, that's fine. But this is a no judgment zone here. So if I don't think that your comment is helpful in any way, and if I think that you like just made your comment to hurt my feelings, it's probably gonna get deleted. I don't really think you'll miss me anyway, because you'll find a million other people on the internet to be mean to. So anyway, being 3 years post-op, one thing that some people might not realize is that still for me, like my restriction changes from day to day. So some days I feel like I cannot stop eating, like I'm snacking all the time. I'm trying to have protein full foods. It just doesn't happen. I drink my water, I take my vitamins, and it just doesn't happen. And that's okay. That's normal. I've done a lot of research on this. I am by no means a professional, but I am somebody who's had the surgery, and I know that that is normal, because there are also some days where I'll take 4 or 5 bites off of my plate and I simply cannot eat anymore, and I do not want to eat for the rest of the day. I was not one of the people who lost their hunger cues after surgery. I know that that's a really normal thing due to the part of the stomach that's separated from your pouch being the part that holds the hunger hormones, but that just didn't happen for me, and that's normal too. It doesn't happen for everybody. So yeah, my restriction is still that way. It's pretty much been that way ever since I had surgery, where sometimes I can eat and sometimes I cannot, and that's okay. I just save it for later. I'm a leftovers gal, so I don't have any problems wrapping things up and saving them for later or tomorrow for lunch, because then I don't have to make myself a lunch for work. So it all works out in the end. There have been several times where I've gone into a store. This summer, for instance, I went into Walmart and I was like, I need to find some jean shorts for like a trip to Toronto that I was taking. I need these, and I need a shirt, and there were a million other things that I wanted to find, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. It's the first time I've had to buy shorts since having surgery, because up until this summer, all of my shorts still fit me. But it's just getting to the point now where hooking the button through a belt loop is not doing the trick anymore, and I had to go and get new pants. So I picked them up off the shelf. I got like 4 different styles, and every single pair that I brought into the fitting room with me fit and looked nice. And I walked out with my new favorite pair of jean shorts, and it was amazing. My mom recently bought a new like shacket for Craig, my fiance, and when we were there for Thanksgiving, I put it on and I was like, oh my god, why does this fit me? And like, it fits him and it fits me. I mean, mind you, I couldn't button it up all the way, but that's all right. I don't really care. I can still put it on, and if we're like on a walk or something and I get a little chilly and he's wearing it, and I, by some strange coincidence or something, didn't bring a jacket, even though I'm overly prepared at all times, I could wear his jacket. That's the point. The point here is that I can fit into it, and that's amazing and so exciting. And that was a very recent exciting thing that happened. So anyway, I always have a protein shake with me just in case. Like anywhere that I go, I have a protein shake on me just in case I need it. I also still am experiencing reactive hypoglycemia at some times, so that is happening a lot less frequently, but I do have some like sugar tablets just in case I ever need them, because sometimes I have reactive hypoglycemia like after I've been on a walk, which is really strange. I didn't know that that was a thing that could happen before surgery, but I've definitely experienced it, so I can definitely tell you that it is a thing that happens. For the future, what I would really like to see is like in a year's time that Craig and I have gotten married, and that's something that hopefully is going to happen soon. We've been planning for it a little bit, and neither of us were really into the idea of a traditional wedding, so we've been toying around with a few different ideas, and we'll see how that goes. I'd also like to get a little bit more serious about planning a family, because that's been something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And you know, I've also been having still some issues with excess skin, and I would love to be able to more seriously consider having skin removal surgery. And my bariatric clinic only follows you as a patient for 5 years after your surgery, so it is something that I kind of have to get a jump on. And if we do want to have kids and excess skin removal surgery is something that's going to happen, I need to talk to my clinic about seeing whether or not it's better to have it before kids or after kids. My thought is that it's going to be after, but I don't really know if I'm going to want to put myself through another surgery after having a kid. So I think that it's probably something that I need to put more thought into for sure. And yeah, just in general, like my confidence has gone up a lot. I'm not hiding my existence from the world the way that I used to. I used to be so afraid of kids and like teenagers because they can be so ruthless. And this last year we handed out Halloween candy for the first time, which was a really big deal to me. It's not a big deal really to anybody else, but I don't know if anybody has that thing where they're afraid of kids and their blatant honesty and what they're possibly going to say to and or about you. And so I've just always had that. So we decided we were going to hand out Halloween candy. I was like, that's it. You know, I have to let this go. I have to stop worrying about it. If people are going to call me fat, if kids are going to call me fat, it is what it is. Like, it's not a secret. And nobody did. The teenagers were even really nice. Could have been that we were handing out full-sized candy bars. That might have been it. But whatever. Like, it is what it is. I had a great time. It was so much fun. And, you know, I got over that a little bit. I was still anxious, but now that I've seen that it's all good, it's all good. I am excited that I've been able to do things that I never considered being able to do before. Still, every time I sit in the back seat of a car and the seatbelt buckles, it's like, are you joking? Every time I walk into somewhere and I don't have to worry that the chair is gonna fold underneath me when I sit down, are you kidding? Going into somewhere, trying on clothes and having them fit the first time. What is this? Like, these are all very exciting things. I am having a great time. Like I said, I'm still struggling with some stuff, and I still really want to dig deeper into food addiction and recovery from it. But a lot of what I found is very extreme. And it's not that I don't want to do that work to overcome this and to become the person that I want to be, which is a healthier person. I don't know if I'm ready to take the steps that have been outlined in the books that I've read and the articles that I've read about it, which is cutting out all sugar. And if anybody has any more information about that, if that's something that you've done after having bariatric surgery or not, I would love to hear more about it. I'm a very cautious person, and I will be contacting the dietitian at my clinic before I make any changes by way of like heavily restricting anything. I'm just not really that kind of person. And so I'm going to utilize the resources that are laid out for me. The dietitian at the bariatric clinic, it's a free service. This is someone that I've already talked to multiple times. We've had discussions about where I feel like I am and where I feel like I'd like to go, and it's great to utilize those resources. So I'm really grateful again that I have 2 more years left with the bariatric clinic and that I can contact them at any time and get help and use the resources that are available to me there. Again, I just want to talk for a second about my website and about the services that I want to offer to anybody going through any stage of bariatric surgery. Even if you haven't spoken to a clinic yet, if you don't have a referral from your doctor to be involved in a clinic, if you are just in the beginning stages and you don't know whether it's right for you or wrong for you, you don't have anybody in your life that you feel like you are comfortable enough to reach out to, if you are 10 years out of your surgery and you just want to have somebody to talk to, I'm here. I'm always here in the comments. I am also always on my Instagram, so you can find me on Instagram at Samantha_RNY13. I always respond to my messages on there. I might not do it the same day, but I always respond to messages. I try my best to always respond to comments. And if you're looking for more, if you want to have an actual phone call with me, a little bit of a conversation, you can find my email in the description of this video, and also of course the link to my website you can find in the description of this video. I just want to provide additional support from somebody who's gone through the surgery, and I try my best to be someone who's not judgmental. I like to be an objective third-party observer in most situations, and I would love to have a conversation with anybody about bariatric surgery, about any struggles that you might be going through preoperatively. I had my fair share of those struggles as well, so I'm someone that you can talk to. I'm not a counselor, I'm not a medical professional, but I am a bariatric mindset mentor, and I truly feel like this is something that I was meant to do. So if that interests you, if that sparks anything for you, and you feel like you want to have a conversation with somebody who can be one-on-one and can be a little awkward myself at times, please, by all means, book a free consultation, or like I said, just email me. I'm always here, I'm always around. I love to talk about this. Probably my favorite topic of conversation is bariatric surgery. I love speaking with people about it. I love everything about it. I find it extremely interesting, and I think it's such a great tool. So if this is something that you're considering, you've gone through, you're going through, you're having issues, whatever it is, feel free to check out my website. If you're not sure if the questions that you have are appropriate for booking a free consultation with me, email me, message me on Instagram, comment in the comments down below if you're comfortable doing that. I can be reached by any of those methods at any time. I'm always here, and this is what I love. So in the least selfish way possible, it would be very helpful for me to have more conversations with people about weight loss surgery. Again, thank you so much to my returning subscribers, and again, if you do want to subscribe to my channel, you can do so now. I'm not going to promise new videos every week like I used to, but I do want to get on here more often. I know I always say that, and then I go away for 5 months and randomly pop back up on your feed, but we all have lives and we're all on our own journeys. So I do hope to see you guys again really soon. As always, if you have any questions, leave them down below, or again, contact me on my Instagram or my new email. You can go ahead. It's all listed down below. I'm always here. I hope to see you guys again really soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.